Welcome back everybody. If you haven't checked out part 1 and part 2 of my series on the mighty Plek'd machine, the videos are linked in the description here. I would encourage you to check them out. To summarize, I took my least playable guitar, which is an old Greco, and took it down to MT Guitars and had Tim Plek'd it, set it up, basically do the works on it, and it turned more or less an unplayable guitar into a really fine instrument. So, buoyed on by that success, I figured I'd take some of my other high-end guitars down. I'm going to talk about what the Plek'd was able to do for each of them and what I got out of it. So the first guitar that I really wanted to look at was this, my PRS Mirror. I got this guitar in 2012, the first time I went on tour in the States. And unfortunately, about 2 years after that, I was giving a guitar lesson at a school that I teach at, and I went to collect a student for a lesson. When I came back into the room, mysteriously the guitar had been knocked over and the neck had popped clean out of the neck pocket, and this is a set neck guitar as well. Was able to have the neck reset, however it just didn't play the same. It kind of felt like you were playing a spaghetti or something on the neck anytime that you moved it back and forth. It was really sensitive and didn't hold tune, and it kind of was a real shame because I love playing this guitar live because it's so light, but it just wouldn't stay in tune. And so I really wanted that looked at. The issues that the Plek'd identified namely were the truss rod, some of the fret heights towards the higher end of the fingerboard, and a few issues with the nut and the bridge. So what I'm stoked about is that I got the guitar back and it plays amazingly well. Still sounds fantastic, but the action's super low. The bridge is really nice and low to the body now, which I like. And yeah, in addition to that super low action, it just plays in tune all over the neck, and it stays in tune, and the neck's way more stable because the truss rod has been adjusted accordingly. So I was really happy to get my Mirror up and running, thanks to Tim and thanks to the Plek'd. So the next guitar that I took down to get Plek'd was this, my PRS Custom 24. It's totally stock. Haven't done anything to this guitar except I changed 2 of the knobs. And since I've had this guitar, which is maybe 8 or 9 years now, I've never really quite gelled with it. I have another Custom 24 that's blue that I adore. I've taken that guitar around the world, and it's just set up perfectly, sounds great, and stays in tune. You know, all the stuff you want out of a real great workhorse guitar. I've taken it everywhere with me over the last 10 years. But this one, I don't know, I didn't quite gel with it, and I've tried a few things, and I've tried setting it up myself, and I was just curious to know why I wasn't gelling with this guitar. So we took it down, we scanned it, and it turns out there's a very slight warp in the neck. Basically, the 24th fret and the 1st fret, if you look straight down them, which you can't really eye off, you need the precision that the Plek'd gives. There's this very slight warp in the neck. So with that identified, we were able to Plek'd it and get the guitar playing a lot better. We weren't able to remove the warp from the neck, but we were able to, tweak the truss rod and get the frets a lot more playable. And now, similar to the Mirror, super low action, so easy to play, stays in tune a little bit better, it's a little bit better intonation-wise all over the neck. And it's just a cool guitar now. I really dig playing this one. I'm probably going to play it a lot more live now. So finally, after taking 3 guitars that I had never really quite got on well with, I decided it was time to take my main axe down and get it Plek'd. I absolutely love this guitar. It's a PRS SC245. We recorded most of the Ragdoll album Back to Zero with it, and I play it live all the time. And I thought it was set up pretty well. I really liked it. There were a few little issues, namely there was just a little bit too much buzz when you play it acoustically. I mean, it is set up in drop C with 10 to 52 strings, so that's to be expected. But we were able, with the Plek'd and with Tim's expertise, he was able to get it happening so that there's almost no buzz when you play it acoustically, and the action from the 12th fret to the 7th fret is way lower. And that's just from, you know, the Plek'd identifying that the truss rod needed to be tweaked a certain amount, dialing in the truss rod, and then doing a basic fret dress and polish. And also, what I found really interesting was the E string and the D string were too high on the bridge, so that needed to be filed down. And now that we've done that, it's that extra like 5 to 10% that it needed to be dialed in. It plays super fast. It's like the other guitars that I've had Plek'd now. It's just incredibly low action, no buzz, stays in tune, it's in tone, all the things that a guitar should do, so I can just worry about playing. Thank you for tuning in, and I will definitely be having more of my guitars Plek'd, and I will definitely be making videos about it, so stay tuned for, you know, part 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the saga, however long it goes on. Cheers!